Hello, hello. I'm still adjusting my lighting. Hi, wow, y'all. Okay, so there's always a little bit of a delay on my side. I need to be prepared and make sure I'm not doing something super awkward because it doesn't tell me that I'm live. Hello, hello. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Courtney. Welcome, welcome. If you're here, please say hello in the chat. And my name is Allison. If you've never been here before, hi, Kennedy. And I go live every single week here on YouTube. Where am I? On YouTube. I used to do this in the private community, so I had that script going in my head. And each week, what I do is I tune into the energies of the collective. And I also choose one of your questions to channel on. So I'm going to go ahead. This worked pretty well last week. I'm going to go ahead and say, if you have a question, go ahead and type it in the chat now. Type Q first so that I know that it's a question because the chat gets really active. So type Q first and then type your question into the chat. This can be a question about anything. I had a really fun weekend. I went to a friend's housewarming. Hi, Yosadra. And I ended up doing readings all night for like 5 hours, and I was so energized. It felt really, really good, because I don't really know how to party in the typical way anymore. And I thought, I really want to spend time with my friends. I don't drink. What am I going to do? So I brought some oracle cards and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't usually do the oracle card reading. I usually just go straight with consciousness, but it was kind of a fun party atmosphere. So anyway, I'm just talking. I don't see any questions yet, so feel free to type those in. And I love that you're all chatting with each other. That's beautiful. So I did an organizational thing. I actually wrote down all of my announcements on little note cards so that I wouldn't forget, because December, there is a lot going on. And I really want to share with you all of the really fun things that are happening. I thought about doing 1,000 different classes, and then I realized, oh, I'm actually going to do one big class. So I'll go through my little note card announcements while you all. Hi, Stacy. Yes, I'm organized. I wasn't even messing with the lighting when you all got on. Crazy. All right. So, in the True Creator community, which is my private membership space, once a month I offer a private channeling in that community. And so this month, the theme is going to be cosmic balance. We're going to be talking about the masculine and feminine polarities. I'm going to go diving into any of those questions that you have around the masculine and feminine polarities, because we are ascending those. I've been really getting the downloads about a lot of stuff, which is why I'm like, I want to do all the events. I've been getting these really beautiful downloads about us activating and ascending the masculine and feminine polarities within ourselves, each of us doing this. And so it's going to be a really powerful channeling. Now, membership to that group is only $11 a month for the rest of December. In January, it's going up to 22. Those of you who are already in, you'll sort of get what they call grandfathered in, where it will always be 11 per month for you. And if you're part of one of my, like if you're part of the Limitless Creator right now, you get ushered into that $11 a month. Okay. But in January, it's going up to 22. So you can join this community and you can join this channeling event for just $11. All right, next announcement. I feel funny doing these little note cards, but I'm doing it. All right. All right, December 21st. Oh, that's going to be on December 12th. The channeling for the masculine and feminine is on December 12th. Check the description box. And if you get my emails, check that. All right. So, second announcement for the winter solstice this year. My friend Amber and I are hosting an online cacao and channeling ceremony. Note cards. So the winter solstice, it's always been such a big holiday for me because it was a huge part of my awakening story. It's really where I started to learn about the void, where I started to learn about how vast and full the void really is. So on December 21st, we're going to be hosting an online cacao ceremony. What that means is that you are going to be depending on what pack, we've got two different packages. If you sign up for the one, you'll get a single serving of cacao, and you'll get to be part of the ceremony. And then there's package number two, which includes like a mug and a traditional stirring stick and all of the things. And then we will teach you how to prepare the cacao. And we will also then go into a cacao ceremony and a channeling space. So if you guys have been wanting to have that sort of experience, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Again, all of this is in the description box below. I'm busting through these. Oh, Robin. Oh my God. Hi, love. So good to see you in here. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Elaine, hello. All right. Announcement number 3. This is my really big special announcement. The thing where I was saying, oh, I have like 100 different classes that I want to teach. And how do I offer it? It all goes in the theme of the return to the Garden of Eden. So I'm going to be hosting an online event on January 7th called the Return to Eden. Or I'm sorry, Return to Eden. Yes. I was like, is it Return to the Garden? I can't remember what I called it. You'll find all of the information in the description box. But this event, it's going to be an activation event. It's 4 hours long. We're going to be going into at least 4 principles of what the Garden of Eden entails and how we can activate ourselves to really be in that template, to activate that template. I have been getting nonstop downloads about this. I'm super, super excited for it. I don't know if you all can hear the garage doors opening and closing right now. So, hi, John. Yes, the Return to the Garden or Return to Eden, I can't remember which I called it. I'm going to have the link in the description box. And it is $100 discount if you join before December 21st. Okay. So it's $197 to join, and it is $100 off if you join before December 25th. Those are all of my announcements. Note cards work, you guys. Okay, so I'm seeing these beautiful questions. How is everybody doing energetically? I'm going to go ahead and sip my water. I'd love to hear from you all while I read these questions. Hmm. Yes. Okay. Oh, also, all of these announcements, if you are on my email list, I'm going to be sending an email out later today with all of that on there so that you don't feel as scrambled as you might have just now when I tried to share all of it with you. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and make sure you're subscribed to the email list. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing some beautiful questions. And how's everybody doing energetically? Wow, okay. So I'm seeing quite a few questions. That's great. I love it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Oh, feeling changing on its way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I just have so much I want to share with you all. That's why I was like, I'm just going to do one event and share as much as I can with you all. It is so powerful, the things that I've been receiving about returning to the garden, about how to step into that template. Oh, and it's amazing and it's powerful and it's everything we've ever been asked for. It's the reason that we incarnated. It's powerful stuff. So All right. So beautiful. Yeah, haven't been able to get out of bed. Sometimes we need to rest. Mm. Woke up a couple of mornings ago to a completely silver white world. Beautiful. Snow sparkling on the sun. Oh man. Some of these seasonal changes are so much to navigate. Okay. Does anybody remember how many questions I counted? I just get excited to see you all and forget what I'm doing. So I'll give it one more minute to see if any other seven. Great. You all are so helpful. Thank you. We'll just see if anybody else has a question. I'll drink a little bit more of my water. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Lots of sleepy energy. Last night I went to sleep. I laid down and I said, I am so done. And I um I realized it was because I spent, that 5 hours reading for people. And normally my energy, I don't think of it as being able to do something like that. But I was just on fire. It felt so good. Um, so yeah, when I'm doing what I love, I have all the energy, and then I slept like a baby because of all the energy expenditure in that. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions. Let's go ahead and dive in. So, if you've never been here before, here's how I do it. Um, yeah, I'm so glad. I'm glad that you're feeling lit up. Let's see, very stuck. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Yeah, good. Hibernation urge. It's good. We are really calling in some powerful new templates. And I want to say this, if you are creating and manifesting individually, meaning you don't need to be tuning in to the highest good for the whole planet, right? Even if you are manifesting the highest good for yourself, that is doing your part. We often think that manifestation, or conscious creation, as I like to call it, sometimes we think that's selfish or self involved. And it kind of is. But each of us individually create the world. So if we are creating from our highest template, we are creating a beautiful world for everyone. So keep those manifestations going. Keep tuning into your highest timeline. It's powerful work for all of humanity. Okay. Even if you're just saying, I really want to be free of the constraints that I'm feeling right now, and that is really powerful. Okay. Let's do this. Uh, I should have had this pulled up. I was organized for one part, Stacy. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that. And now I'm trying to be organized for the other part. And I'm like, how do I do the things? Random number generator. Oh, I also want to make sure those of you who won, check I announce it here on YouTube. So to redeem your prize, make sure you check the feed, and you can find that if you go to my page on YouTube, go to the community tab, and that's where you'll find where I announced the winners for last month's prize giveaways. Um, so, okay, 7. Question number 7. That's going to be easy to count. Yeah, releasing in waves. Okay, let's see. What do I Okay, John's question. What do we need to understand about multidimensional quantum physics and its impact on our reality? Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. I already want to go into this whole thing, so we'll let me tune in here. The first thing I want to say is it is our reality. It's not tuning into it to receive for our reality. It is our reality. Okay? So, it's not a yeah, it's not separate from. It is. All right. So, for those of you who haven't tuned into this before, I am going to close my eyes. I'm going to tune into the individual question first, which I love that it's a connected question. And then I'm going to tune into the energies for the week. Now, if you remember last week, this is becoming very not time based. This is becoming very, um, you know, what are the messages that this collective are ready to hear right now? And that's what I'll be going into. Okay, so I like to just open myself up and see where it goes. All right. Excuse me. And you can keep typing. I think those of you who have been here before, you know that. I like to read the comments after. Yeah, what you need to know about quantum reality is that it's here and now. We've actually been under the denser illusion of separation. That's the illusion. The illusion is what we call reality right now. So, as we step into quantum physics and the understanding of a more quantum based reality, we start to see that that's actually where we've always been. And it's so funny to say always been because that's a key factor of quantum reality is that it is the eternal now. It is the always been. So it's where we've always been, but we've been, our consciousness has not been attuned to it. Our consciousness has been in the denser layers of separation. So we are becoming multidimensional, and that's really the key. This is why the rainbow codes are coming through so strongly, because we are becoming multidimensional, because we are learning to hold multiple um, perspectives at once. And that is also an element of the quantum realms. It's all of it exists, and we learn how to focus. We learn where to place our attention. I'm really seeing rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. And as you know, if we're connected outside of these, uh, rainbow's very, very strong. And I've been bringing through a lot about that. Okay, okay. We're tasting the colors, we're smelling the colors. One of the things that I teach in the Learn to Channel course, and I'll share with you now, is synesthesia. And if you've ever heard of synesthesia, it used to be considered like an abnormality in the brain. What we're coming into is essentially frequency synesthesia, because that is our true state. It is part of the realms that we're in right now to believe in separation of all of it. And it's not how we perceive it to be. We perceive um, that you can't taste a color, that you can't smell an energy. And yet, as we start to let go of the filters that we have helped that we have used to help us be in these denser realities, as those filters start to dissipate, we see that, yes, indeed, frequencies are multifaceted, and the way that we receive them is multifaceted. So we are starting to step into, like Skittles, taste the rainbow. We're starting to step into the understanding that these frequencies are just that they're frequencies, that they're not static emissions of, oh, how can I put this? That our interpretations have been limited is probably the clearest way that I can say that. And and so we have these orgasmic experiences as we move through life because life is so multifaceted. Life is so um, multi-frequency, right? We are beginning to embody the rainbow, is what I'm hearing. It's the embodiment of the rainbow. Now rainbow, when we talk about the rainbow body activation, which we'll talk about more another time, but it's important to say now that the rainbow body is the activation of the full spectrum of colors from within. And that means that we're open. And when we're open, we connect to different vibratory experiences that we couldn't, that we were filtered from before. And so, again, to bring it back to quantum reality, it is the all is now. We are learning through measurement. And this is quantum physics because a lot of people they get upset with the use of the word quantum because it's like, well, that's not quantum physics. Quantum physics is where we're using the measurements available to us to witness what is already happening. And so when we talk about quantum perspective from the spiritual lens, we're tuning into the vastness of the realms that we're starting to be able to measure in human form. That's the difference. That's why we use those terms, and some people really have a hold of this term and some people really want to call it this. We're just using our ability to now measure, and we can't measure these things if we don't even have the perception of the possibility of their existence. So, this is where spiritual and science really start to come together. Because if we don't allow ourselves the possibility of something, then we don't know where to look to measure it. And sometimes we'll get a glimmer like, oh, there's an abnormality, we'll call it an abnormality over here. And this is why the spiritual lens can really be very beneficial because we're not looking for quantifiable, well, ideally, I mean, human nature is to want to look for quantifiable measurements, right? But when we're really opening ourselves up to possibility, that's why play, that's why creativity, because when we're open, then we get that glimmer. And instead of pushing it away because it doesn't fit in the logical space that we've created, we open ourselves and we say, oh, I saw a glimmer over there. Let me play. Let me be creative. Let me experiment with it. And so having that open lens can feel kind of threatening to people who want to measure things. But we're playing with each, right? We're playing with each. That was a beautiful transmission. I really liked that. Oh, it's like the rainbow is so loud. It's like rainbow, right? Oh. And the reason that the rainbow is coming through so strongly is because we're learning to enjoy all the different spectrum of colors and to not be limited and to play with reality as if we're creatives and artists and muses as well. You know, the painter and the muse in this experience of life. And we're opening up to a broader spectrum and witnessing as these colors dance, as they sing to us, as it becomes a multidimensional experience that's always existed on some level, but we're just starting to let ourselves tune into it. We're just starting to let ourselves conceive of a grander spectrum. That, yes, that we're worthy of perceiving that grander spectrum and playing with it. So interesting. I'm being called to open up my eyes and read another question. Oh, how funny. It's the one right before it. I was like, read question number 6. What is the rainbow bodies that we are moving into? Okay. I'm supposed to channel on that today. Oh, my heart. I get so overwhelmed with joy at times, especially when I'm channeling because I'm just, like a little lightning rod, just tuning into all of this, and everything starts singing the rainbow body, the rainbow body. Oh, it's every aspect of our being able to contain. And contain sounds like hold and limitation, but it's not that. It's being able to allow in such high levels of light, which opens us up to the spectrum of colors available to us. It's every cell in the body. It is, oh God, it's so overwhelming. Okay. That's pretty much it. There's so much more that can be said about it, but what is helpful, I'm hearing what's helpful for them is to describe how it changes you, what it means. How does that apply to life? So when your rainbow body is activated, what does that look like in life? It's the I'm not getting much practical, right? The practical that we so love. It makes us better dreamers. And we're the dreamers of the dream. We're the dreamers of the great dream. It's just like a painter having access to so many different tools and colors and knowledge of how to use those colors to make what they're desiring. It's like now we've got the full palette, we've got the full spectrum. It's available to us. There's so much love. So many of us, it's almost like the chicken or the egg sort of thing. So many of us are closed down because we perceive the world as difficult. And so we close down and we shut down. And the rainbow body activation helps us see that we're the creators. And not only that, but it helps us see the very planet that we're inhibiting on a new level. It is the spectrum opening up within our perceptive ability. So if we can't ever see the color blue, then we don't know to create with it. And so as we move through these activations, we start to awaken. It's an act of grace at times, but grace is really just the timing of our higher self saying, yes, it's you're ready to hold that. You're ready to be in that. It's the activations. And when we're ready for them, they come in. And we don't need to do for them to come in. We simply lay the groundwork. I receive. It's so confounding to our minds, isn't it? It's so, what does this mean? Well, it means this sparkly thing. Well, what does this mean? It means this sparkly thing, right? Um, the rainbow body, activating the rainbow body makes us powerful creators. And it's not something out there. It's here. It is the allowance of more and more light. And with more light comes a fuller spectrum. And with the fuller spectrum comes the ability to create within a fuller spectrum of the landscape, right? So we're able to play with more. It builds on itself. And this is the channeling for the collective. You are each being called now to reside within the sacred heart of union within one, within the all, within one, within the all. Remind yourselves of this often. This is your sacred power. You need never go looking for this. It resides within. It always resides within. And of course, placement is helpful. Attuning to the frequency, sort of like if you're standing in the center of a whirlwind versus standing on the outside, versus standing somewhere where there's no movement happening. All of these are going to assist in attuning you. So, your physical location is important at this time for many of you, and not important as in it's detrimental. Just let yourselves be a tuning fork. What feels good? Where am I to be? Always remembering, and I know that this sounds contradictory, always remembering that it's within. And there are helpful things. There are helpful people to be around. There are helpful locations to be for each being. Find your attunement, your alignment. Never fighting the current, always trusting the current to take you through that beautiful act of surrender. Care for those around you. Care for the animals, the plants, the lovers, the friendships, the relationships. Care for those around you. The care for those around you is a direct reflection to the care within. True care. This means not overstepping, not putting yourself where nobody it wants you to go in and shift things. We're not saviors. That's not what we're doing here. We're not martyrs and we're not saviors. Find your beautiful poetic alignment. Stream love through yourselves. Care for yourselves. Again, tune into the gold grid. Even if you don't know what this is, tune into it. It's available to you. We are beings of higher consciousness who speak through this vessel now. We wish to tell you all of the greatest things to come, things that you cannot yet perceive, states of being that you in your human vessels have never experienced before. Know this, that it is available to you, that it is coming for you. We are existing in it now. We are extending this invitation to you, for it will assist in the process of attuning to your highest frequency. Just as extending the invitation to love to each other offers the opportunity to rise to that frequency in your connections with each other. Hold the highest frequency within your heart, within yourselves, within your beings. Attune to this timeline. Attune to this spectrum of colors. Those are the same. Those are the same statements. Know your divinity. Know your power. Know your worthiness. And in doing so, you activate the whole planet with your love, with your frequency of divine alignment. Ahom naashi namo okoto. Harana maga. Hi no moshutuku ara. All is one. All is one. Mm. Hi. There's a lot. I'm going to see. Hmm. Super exciting. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'll talk to you about that, Floor. Lots of snow everywhere. Yes, Robin, you are whole, pretending to be broken. Stop pretending like you're broken. And for those of you who don't know, that's something Robin shared that she channeled for herself. Yes, very true. Stop pretending you're broken. Celsius and Fahrenheit, y'all are cracking me up. Yes, synesthesia. Yeah, yeah, the news smells bad. That's so funny. The Skittles commercial, oh, that's funny. I did bring that through. Your life is a work of art, and you as the artist is the theme that came through last night. I love how in sync we are. Yes, so beautiful. Oh, and it answered every question, and it answered your question. That's beautiful, Sarah. Ah, yes, the questions were so connected. That was really interesting to hear. Open your eyes, channel for the previous question. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you all for being here with me today. Um, I do want to answer that question, Floor. So, if you want to be part of the cacao ceremony and you're outside of the US, um, yes, I would purchase it locally, and let me talk to my collaborator and see if we can get a separate link for that. All right. So, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all, and I love your continued support in sharing the messages that come through. So, if you feel called, please share this with your friends. And yeah, okay, I will talk to you all very soon. Watch for the email with all the announcements. And bye for now.